Hi Josh, this is Amanda with Digital Velocity and SEO, and here's the screencast video that I was telling you about. So I'm not sure whether this is what you want to use as your Google business listing, or if you're wanting to start another Google business listing for just your practice. I think that would be a good idea to do that. Usually we include this with the price of a website build because they go hand in hand, and this is a very, very important step to being found on Google. Otherwise you can't be found. I mean, even if somebody types in your specific name without having a Google business listing, you're not going to come up. So so I don't know if this is yours, but we can go and optimize this one or create you a new one. And then kind of looking at, like, I searched criminal defense attorney Olympia, Washington here. And so what I was explaining earlier was basically a web page is built into, or is split into a bunch of different categories or a bunch of different places. So this right here is kind of what I was talking about before, like at the very, very top of the page. This is where this is your Google guaranteed or your Google screened, the sponsored criminal defense attorneys Olympia here. This is the ad program that I was talking to you about. So that's one thing to get into. And then there's the map pack, which is this right here. So usually there's 3 or 4 listings with this little map. To get into this section, it takes an optimized Google business listing. So this listing here. And there's, many different ways that this thing needs to be optimized. Adding, photos with your geotagged location in it, asking and answering the questions in there, providing updates, making sure that all of your services are as categories in there, reviews, that kind of stuff. It all goes, hand in hand to optimizing this listing. And then the other half of the ranking factor is what's called citations. So that's going to be your business name, address, and phone number as it's listed here on Google in different directories across the web. So places like Yext, Yellow Pages, BBB, Facebook, anywhere there's a business directory listing. My company, we go in and build 200 of those for you so that you far surpass your competition, and so that it takes them a while to catch back up to you. And then below the map pack is the organic listings. So this is where a website would come into play, these listings down here. So one thing I've noticed too, I'm not sure whether you know this or not, but like on Avo, it says that you're not accepting new clients. I don't know if that's something that you meant to have on there or not, but I did notice that when I was searching for you. So taking a look at some of your competitors here, this is a tool that I use called Ahrefs, and basically I plugged in, some of your top competitors' websites in here, and this gives me like all the back end stuff for their website. So basically, like the DR and the UR scores here are like the trust that Google has in you, that you are who you say you are and you do what you say you do, and the power that's being driven to your website. You drive power to your website through what's called backlinks. Backlinks are basically any link that is on a website that leads back to your website. So say that there was a blog post that was about personal injury attorneys, and it had a link that led back to your website. That would be a backlink, and that's basically like that website telling Google it's okay for them to share their power with your website. So backlinks are a part of, big part of monthly SEO. And then referring domains are just the websites that those backlinks come from. Organic keywords, this is going to be anything that somebody's going to type into the Google search bar to find you. And this is how you drive traffic to your website. So right now they've got 1,200 keywords and they're bringing in 4,000 traffic per month. So looking at their keywords, let's see here. We're looking for like location specific keywords here so that we're drawing in people from the area that, so you're more likely to convert. So some of this stuff isn't really gonna, matter that much. I mean, I guess it is bringing them in quite a bit of traffic. They probably have these as their like blog post titles. But what we're looking for here is more of the location stuff. So let me see if I can find something. Washington State Romeo and Juliet law. basically, well, if I could find one that was a location, pretty much the volume means that how many people per month are searching for this keyword. The traffic is how much they're getting to their website from this keyword. The paid is if they were running pay-per-click ads, and the position is the position that they're in on Google. So for how long does a felony stay on your record, they're ranking second position across everywhere across the United States. So that's why they're getting 271 traffic for that. But we go in there and kind of determine whether that's a keyword that you would really want to rank for. Is it really going to bring you business, or is it just somebody who's just trying to see how long a felony is going to stay on their record? It's not really somebody who's necessarily looking for a lawyer in your area right now. So that's kind of what I do after I get the information from you to build the proposal. As I go through here and I kind of pick out the keywords that are going to bring you actual business instead of just being random terms. So a company can rank for a whole bunch of keywords, but really it doesn't really matter unless they're ranking for the right keywords. So another one of your competitors here, they've got 1,300 keywords and they're bringing in 3,100 traffic, and then 160 keywords, 345 traffic. So there's traffic around this area that to funnel to your website. I'm trying to see here what this is, more kind of a localized one. So yeah, see here, these are all local. So Tacoma criminal lawyer, Tacoma criminal attorney. So there's 200 people searching for a Tacoma criminal lawyer. They're getting 27 of those people per month, and they're in the 4th position. So this would be a good one to come in here and get their keywords, because it looks like they're ranking for a lot of location specific keywords. So I do the research with pretty much your top competitors in every single category that you want to be in, and I go through there and I pick out the keywords that basically have the highest amount of search volume with the lowest keyword difficulty. Keyword difficulty used to be a metric that they showed on here, but they don't anymore. But it's basically the words are ranked from 0 to 100, with 0 being the easiest to rank for and 100 being the hardest. And so it kind of would tell you, how much competition is trying to rank for the word, how difficult it would be, and how much time it'll take. But they don't show that metric anymore, so it's a little bit harder to tell. But there is a lot of traffic, surrounding the keywords around what you do. So there's definitely a lot out there to target. But yeah, so that's kind of some of the ways that I can show you like what it will take to outrank your competition. I mean, these guys are they've got a pretty decent amount of keywords and backlinks. The thing with backlinks is you can only build like 10 to 20 per month without it looking spammy to Google. So they've been building them for a very long time. So without it looking, because you can get what's called sandboxed, and so Google will like keep you from ranking at all. You just sit in the same place, and that's what happens if you build backlinks too quickly or you do things that look unorganic, because Google really tries to keep it fair for ranking stuff. So anyways, I hope that you found that helpful, and if you wanted to move on to the next step, you can just reach back out to me through the email and we can set up a time to dive a little deeper into your business, and so I can get some information to be able to build you the proposal. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.